What's up guys, Vincent here again. Today we are continuing from where we stopped the last time, discussing John chapter 11 and the events that took place. So if you haven't seen the previous video, I strongly suggest that you go watch it. I put the link in the title card up above, and because we are continuing from there right now, and it's gonna be amazing because there's a lot to learn from that chapter. So are you ready? Let's jump right in. Alright, so a quick recap. Jesus was told that his friend Lazarus was sick, and he told them this sickness is not unto death. Then we move on to him going there, and then he tells Lazarus' sister that I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me and lives shall never die. Whoever believes in me, even though he were dead, yet he shall live. That's where we stopped the last time, and we're going to continue and see Martha's response to that statement. Verse 27, book of John chapter 11. Yes, Lord, she told him, I have always believed you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one who has come into the world from God. Then she returned to Mary. She called Mary aside from the mourners and told her, the teacher is here and wants to see you. So Mary immediately went to him. Beautiful. Jesus had stayed outside the village, at the place where Martha met him. When the people who were at the house consoling Mary saw her leave so hastily, they assumed she was going to Lazarus' grave to weep. So they followed her there. When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she fell at his feet and said, Lord, if only you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus saw her weeping and saw the other people wailing with her, a deep anger welled up within him, and he was deeply troubled. Jesus was deeply troubled. Verse 34. Where have you put him? He asked her. They told him, Lord, come and see. Then Jesus wept. If you know the shortest verse in the Bible, John chapter 11 verse 35, Jesus wept. Now, 36. The people who were standing nearby said, see how much he loved him. But some said, this man healed a blind man. Couldn't he have kept Lazarus from dying? Good question. Jesus was still angry as he arrived at the tomb. A grave with a stone rolled across its entrance. Roll the stone aside, Jesus told them. But Martha, the dead man's sister, protested, Lord, he has been dead for 4 days. The smell will be terrible. Look, are you seeing her response? First of all, she says, I believe that whatever you ask God for, he's going to grant you. And then Jesus tells her, I'm the resurrection and the life. Your brother is going to live. Do you believe this? She says, yes, I believe. And now she is saying rather that he's been dead for 4 days now. The smell is going to be terrible. Verse 40, Jesus responded, Didn't I tell you that you would see God's glory if you believed? You see, your action has to be consistent with your believing. So they rolled the stone aside. Then Jesus looked up to heaven and said, Father, thank you for hearing me. You always hear me. But I say it out loud for the sake of all these people standing here, so that they will believe you sent me. So he's saying what he's saying now for the people. Not because for once he doubted it. He knew from the beginning that Lazarus is not dead. Then Jesus shouted, Lazarus, come out. And the dead man came out, his hands and feet bound in grave clothes, his face wrapped in a headcloth. Jesus told him, unwrap him and let him go. Unwrap him and let him go. This is amazing. This is amazing. See, the response of Jesus really shows that he meant what he said when he said this sickness is not unto death. And when he told his disciples that Lazarus, our friend, is asleep. He could not now have said, Lazarus, rise up from the dead. He refused to acknowledge that Lazarus was dead. That's why when he went there, he said, Lazarus, come out. Come forth. He was talking to Lazarus like, the way you call your brother or your sister or your friend who's asleep. You wake him up. That was basically what Jesus did. That was how he responded to the situation. And I like what he said. He said, Father, thank you for you hear me. I know that you hear me always. What did Jesus say that the Father heard? Was when he told them that this sickness is not unto death, but it will be to the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified. The Father heard him at that moment. There was no point as we read this whole chapter where Jesus said, "Dear Lord, please, Lazarus should not die." No, he didn't pray like that. He just spoke words. So what the Spirit of God was teaching me from this chapter is that whatever you say, the Father hears you. So it's important that you are conscious of what you say and you say the right thing at the right time. Don't say the wrong thing. Don't find yourself saying, "Oh my God, I'm so sick. Oh my God, life is terrible. I'm frustrated." No, don't say that. Say the right words. Say the words that the Father would honor. Words that the Father would hear. You see, so it's important you say the right thing. Say always you're full of health, you're full of life, you're the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. You're perfected in Christ. You are blessed because you are the seed of Abraham. That is it. Like that is it basically. That is what the Spirit of God was teaching me from this chapter. Alright guys, so this is the end of our study on John chapter 11. Yes, I know it's not the full chapter, but we stopped at verse 44. That's where we stopped at. It's not the full chapter. Yes, you can go further, but this is the story that I really wanted to emphasize on. So I hope you were blessed by this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell by the side. Yes, so that you get notified whenever I post new content, and share with your friends. Share with your friends. Let them learn what you've learned, so that we can grow as a community and speak in such a way that the Father hears and honors and brings to pass. Alright, thank you so much for watching today's video, and God bless you.